everyone, welcome back to my channel So Little Time, and my name is Karen. So I hope you're all doing really well. Today is episode 5 of Friday Sews, a week later than planned. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to upload a video last week. That's purely because I didn't really have anything to show you or to share with you of what I've been getting up to. And the reason for that is because I was actually pattern testing for bobbins and buttons, and it was under quite a tight sort of time scale. So I was working towards the deadline, I think it was of last Friday, and I was just really concentrating on that most of the week. Unfortunately, I can't show you what I've made at the minute because it's not due to be released until the 24th of May. So I will be showing it you very shortly, but yeah, unfortunately I can't physically show you it right now. I am really pleased with what I made. It did take me quite a little bit of time to do, so also because it was under tight time scale, I was focusing on doing it in the evening, so I did feel quite tired actually after doing that. And I think Julia has said that she doesn't really want to work to that kind of tight deadline again. But yeah, it was good fun to make it anyway. So it's for my son Harry. He's 7 and he is just a complete fan of anything like tool related. So my husband works outside and does use quite a lot of outside equipment, you know, like trimmers, lawnmowers, chainsaws, all that kind of thing. And Harry is really into all that and always has been ever since he's, you know, learnt to walk basically. So he does actually have some catalogues as well that my husband had brought home. And he's actually written inside, which is quite funny. I've got it here to show you. I found it on his bed today. Where it's got like the chainsaw kit in, the hedge trimmer, the chainsaw and trimmers and things like that. And he's actually wrote on there, Harry really needs this, come on. So he like wants these things for his birthday and Christmas presents and stuff. And we have actually bought him some in the past. So he does actually have this one. He's got this battery operated chainsaw. He's got this strimmer. My husband's given him some work gloves and things because you can buy the children's versions, but we've not actually bought those because my husband said they're probably a bit plasticky, so he's just given him old versions of his from work, which is quite nice. Yeah, and anything my husband does outside, you know, all of the boys like to go out there and do what he does, which is really nice. So anyway, the outfit that I've made for Harry, he's actually going to be using it as his work outfit for in the garden. And so I just thought it would be really nice to try and put like a badge on it or something with a chainsaw or something like that on it. So I did have a little search on the internet to see if I could find anything suitable, but I couldn't really find anything in the UK that was, you know, what we were after. And he did say he wanted a chainsaw on it. So I was like, right, okay, because the fabric I've used is quite plain. So it is quite a plain outfit that I've made. So in the end, I had to look on the Still website, which is the brand of these things. And unfortunately they didn't have a badge on there because they do also do some clothing which does have badges on, I believe, of chainsaws and things like that. I don't know if I can find one in here, but yeah, I couldn't find one. So in the end, I did manage to find one on the Canadian website of Still, so that was really good. Because I've got a wonderful friend, Cindy, who lives in Canada, and we've met through Instagram and YouTube. So we've, you know, made really good friends over time, and I contacted her and she has kindly ordered this badge for me, and she has now sent it here. So it's on its way as we speak, so it's not here as yet. And Harry is just absolutely over the moon and he cannot wait until this badge arrives. So I'll insert a picture, if I can, of what the badge looks like. So it does have the Still logo and the chainsaw on it, so it's just what he wanted. And so I'll be sewing that onto what I've made for him, and that's going to be his work outfit for in the garden when he's using his tools and things like that. So he has actually worn it to school to show his friends and his teacher and stuff, so they were really in awe of it. And that's really nice because usually when I make things for the children, sometimes they don't like wearing it, you know, and things don't get made or get worn, so I don't make them things very often. And to be fair, I hadn't made anything for Harry for quite a while, so it's really nice that he has now had something. Because he tends to get more sort of new clothes and then the twins get his hand-me-downs, but as of late he has been putting holes in a lot of his clothes, so they're not going to be getting handed down very much anymore. He's yeah, in the garden quite a lot, but yeah, you can get all sorts of things, key rings and little helmets and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really quite, he loves looking through these catalogues and marking out all the things that he likes. So whenever his birthday or Christmas comes up and he writes his Christmas list to Father Christmas, that's what he writes writes down all these tools that he wants. So moving on to what I have been sort of sewing as well as that pattern test. So unfortunately I didn't get the pyjamas finished for Thomas, because when he came home that day that I was supposed to be measuring his waist to put the elastic into the bottoms, I tried the t-shirt on him that I'd finished, which I showed you a couple of weeks ago, and the neck was way too big. And I used the ribbing fabric, which I've got here, and it is really, really stretchy ribbing, I have to say. So it was just too big, it just looked stretched out. So I tried to unpick my twin needle around the neckline and to take the ribbing out to basically cut a new neckband and put it in, but unfortunately I couldn't do that because it was just impossible to unpick it, and also I'd overlocked the seam allowance as well, so unpicking that was just a nightmare. And then I tried to cut out the neckband and it just ruined the t-shirt. I was absolutely gutted. So in the end I did have some fabric left and I just made another t-shirt for him, so that's what I've done. So a whole new brand new t-shirt for him for the PJs, and I've just put that neckband in again, and I've done that 70% of the neckline measurement, and that has worked out just right. So I will make a note of that for future reference if I use this type of ribbing again. But yeah, I'm pleased I had enough fabric to do it again, and I've just used a normal coloured sort of stitching around there on the neckline because I managed to get some more navy thread and things like that. So his is nearly done. I just now need to put the elastic in the bottoms for him, and his is done. So I only just recently got that neckband installed for him. I have also cut out another set of pyjamas in exactly the same fabric for James, so they'll have a matching set each. And I did have to order another 1/2 metre from Crafty So and So for the fabric because I couldn't get the front of the t-shirt out on the fabric that I got left, and I didn't want to have to put like a seam line down it or anything like that. So that's what I did. I just ordered 1/2 metre. It was only £5 for the 1/2 metre, so I think that's quite affordable really. It's quite a nice jersey. I have to say it's nice quality as well. So at least that's nearly finished. Such a simple make, but it's just taken me ages. And then the other thing I've been getting up to is doing my Zoom sewing session with Angela from Devon Thread Tales. So we are doing a sort of sew along together to sew the New Look 6446 jumpsuit. And so we've made good progress on that on our Zoom that we had last Thursday. So we've got the bodice sewn up there, so that's looking really nice. And I've also done the same fabric for the lining of the bodice as well. So that's all sewn up as well. So basically two exactly the same. And then we've also done the bottom part, the legs. So that's all stitched up and the pockets are in there. Really lovely deep pockets. And all we've got to do now is to literally sew the lining piece into the bodice onto the front section, put the straps in, attach the legs to the bodice pieces, and then put the zip in. So then, yeah, they'll be ready to go. And we had such a good night sewing that up. We did do quite a lot, so that's what we did in one evening. So we did get quite far amongst our chatting as we do. So I'm really pleased with how that's turning out. Mine is a stretch cotton sateen, so it is a lot more sort of a structured fabric, even compared to what I've used in the past for this pattern. So it is going to have a completely different look to it, I think. I don't know if it's going to be sort of my favourite fabric to use for it because it is quite structured, and as the legs are quite wide, I think they are going to hold the shape quite a lot. And Angela has used a lovely viscose fabric, so she's got more of a floaty look. But I think it's nice that we've used completely different fabrics. As you can see when we do share them, the different look that it's going to have with those fabrics. So I shall give you now an update of the rabbit situation, and also what my niece thought to her birthday present. So my niece turned 13 a couple of weeks ago, and I made the lovely little Susie doll for her, and I did a little package for her where I put some cards in to give her advice for turning 13 and that kind of thing. And also I put that lovely headband in that my friend made as well. And I hadn't heard, you know, how the present had gone down initially. And then I got a text from my sister-in-law to say that she just absolutely loved the present, and she just thought it was so lovely how I'd put it all together. So I felt really, really nice about that, because I did take my time and putting it, you know, quite making it quite special for her, I suppose. So I was really, really pleased with that, to hear that she really liked it. And actually my sister-in-law said it actually brought a tear to her eye, which was, you know, so lovely. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that went down. So that was nice. And then the rabbits then. So unfortunately we haven't got the rabbits as yet. We were supposed to get them this Sunday just gone, but unfortunately the breeder who was going to be bringing them to us had a little bit of a health issue. So it's been put back a little bit. So I'm hoping it will be this weekend or at some point moving forwards, because we are near enough ready to go with the run and stuff. The hutch is completely done. So I will insert a little bit of video footage that I did take the week before. So I was supposed to upload that last Friday, but obviously because I didn't put a video up, I didn't have it to share with you. So it has now come along a little bit more with regards to in the aviary, where we're actually having the run section. My husband spent all last Friday building a lovely platform for them and putting things up which is going to shield them from any adverse weather conditions that we seem to get here in the UK every now and again. So yeah, I'll insert that video footage just so you can have a look at
Right, my husband's nipped off to get some more screws, so I'm going to have a sneak of the rabbit hutch that he's currently doing. So this is our bird aviary, and it's got this little door on it there, so that's where we'll be able to get in and out. I think he's going to fill that hole in the middle. He's got some plants in there at the minute, but obviously they're going to come out. Yeah, and we're going to put some bits and bobs on the floor, and he's going to build a little area where when they come in to this, they can kind of jump down off it, and it will have a little ramp. So I'll just take you around this side, because you see this green pipe? It actually connects onto the side of the hutch, and then it's going to go round and into the back of the aviary over here somewhere, but we're just waiting for a part to come to be able to make a right angle. And then this is the rabbit hutch so far. Ooh, got tools on the floor. So if I open this, this is the main area. Now we have got mesh on the bottom. We're just going to see how that goes at the moment, because I'm not really sure if it's going to be suitable. But if it's not, then he'll just fill it with wood. And then underneath, we're actually going to have these trays, which will collect any rubbish and poo and bits and bobs. So that's quite good. So he's just gone to get screws to fix them underneath somehow. And then this is the sleeping area in here. So this will obviously be filled with all hay and straw and things, and then he's just put another little section there so they can kind of shield away from any wind and stuff. And there's a little archway into the main section. So yeah, he's done a really good job with this. I'm really impressed. Try and shut it. Yeah, really nice. So like I say, that will be their run section in there, and then eventually he's going to build another run to have on the garden as well. So another pipe will probably come out from somewhere and connect onto the garden or something. I mean, we don't really want to block the path because the boys go up and down on their scooters and bikes and whatever, but yeah, the garden's come out in bloom a bit more now, which is looking a bit nicer. But yes, that's the rabbit hutch so far, so it's looking good. Oh, and exciting news, we've got the rabbit hopefully being delivered, rabbits being delivered next Sunday. Yeah, some mini lots.
So yeah, that's as far as we've got. Well, a little bit further now since that video has been taken, but we're now literally just waiting for the rabbits, and I'm so excited, I can't wait. And we were all so disappointed on Sunday when he couldn't bring them, unfortunately. It was a little bit last minute that he turned around and had this kind of health issue, because I had spoken to him that morning and everything was going to plan initially. And we had left it till the last minute to tell the boys that he was coming, and then 5 minutes later he rang and said that he wasn't coming, so then we had to turn around and let them down, and their faces, it was just horrible, you know. So Sunday we all felt a little bit flat, unfortunately, but yes, hopefully they won't be too much longer, and we're having 2 little mini lop baby rabbits, because they are the most placid rabbits that you can get, and so they don't mind being handled and that kind of thing. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. So, me made May then. Well, I started off with a bit of a bang and had a few funny videos that I was putting up on my Instagram and Facebook page and that kind of thing. And then as the week sort of progressed, I don't know, I just went downhill with the whole Me Made May situation. And I was looking back at like last year and how I participated, because I was wearing a Me Made garment every single day throughout May last year, and we had glorious weather as well. So we were in the garden in the first lockdown, and I was wearing all my summer dresses and just feeling quite good about myself at that point. This year I am a little bit heavier than I was last year, so some of my me maids are quite tight on me at the moment. I am actively trying to lose the extra weight that I have put on, but you know, it comes off slower than what you put it on. So, you know, I was just opening up my wardrobe and just sighing and thinking, I can't fit in that, I can't fit in that. And it just made me feel a little bit low, really. So I decided to stop doing Me Made May, and also because my lifestyle is a little bit different at the moment. Now all 3 boys are at school, I've got a little bit more time to go out and do some walks with friends, and I do a bit of running in the evening and that kind of thing. So I was mainly wearing my sort of running gear, I suppose, and a hoodie if it was a bit chilly, and I haven't really got anything Me Made like that. So that did bring to my attention that I perhaps need to make Me Made versions of those things. So that is something that I would like to do in the future. But yeah, I was just mainly wearing that, and I just thought, you know, I don't really want to force myself to put a Me Made on when it's not going to be appropriate for what my day is planned like. So yeah, I decided not to continue Me Made May, and that's the first time in 3 years that I've not continued doing it. So yeah, it's just life circumstances at the moment. Just looking at my notes as to what else I wanted to talk to you about. Oh yes, really important one. The wonderful Felicity Fabrics, who I blog for, they have kindly given all of the bloggers who blog for them a discount code to share with all our viewers and followers on Instagram and YouTube. So if you want to go over to their website and purchase anything from there, it doesn't have to be just fabric, it can be any haberdashery, notion, patterns and that kind of thing. You can use my code to get you 10% off your purchase, and it doesn't expire, so you can use it as many times as you like. I think you can use it alongside other discounts as well. And basically the code is just Karen10. So you just put that in the promotional code section on their website when you go through to the checkout, and that will give you 10% off your order. So they've kindly given that to all of us, which is amazing. So I hope you do, you know, make use of that, and I'll put the link to the Felicity Fabrics website in the description box below for you. Right, so another couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about is that there was a vlog recently uploaded by the lovely Andra from Andra Makes, and I will put her link to her YouTube channel as well. And you know, we've made really good friends over Instagram and YouTube, and she actually set up her channel because she was inspired by me, which is just so lovely to hear. And she actually interviewed me last month, and it just got uploaded last week. I think it was last Friday that got uploaded. So I'll link that video down below if you want to have a listen to that. And it's basically going behind the scenes of being a YouTube vlogger, and how it all came about, and you know, what my thoughts are with regards to vlogging and being on the other side of the camera. So if you are interested in that type of thing, then please do check that video out. And you know, if you are somebody who is thinking about setting up a channel as well, then you know, you might find that interesting. And she is actually interviewing one vlogger per month, so it's interesting to see what the answers are to all of the other vloggers that she's going to be interviewing. And I think I was the second one, so yeah, go check that out. You know, it might just be something that you might be interested in. I did really enjoy doing it as well, actually. I was a little bit nervous at first, but Andra did send me through the questions in advance, just so I could sort of get my head around how I wanted to answer. There were a couple that I was quite stumped upon initially, but I managed to answer them okay, I think. I have watched it back and it's not too cringeworthy, thank goodness. So yeah, please do check that out. And thank you, Andra, for interviewing me. You know, I really did enjoy it. Also, I have another friend who has recently started a YouTube vlog, so please do check her out. Her name is Rachael, and she is on Instagram as well as the French Seams, and we've been following each other for a long time. You might have heard me mention her before. She's helped me out in the past with sending me some fabric when I got a dress that I'd made that was a little bit too tight for me. She resent me some fabric that she'd already got, which was so lovely. She's based in Ireland, in Dublin, and she's just set up her YouTube channel. So her first video went live, I think it was earlier this week or back end of last week, so I'll link her video down below, and please do go check her out and give her a like and a subscribe. So moving forward then, my plans for the next week or so is that I'm going to continue doing the New Look 6446 jumpsuit with Angela. So we're going to have another Zoom session on Thursday next week. So I might have that to show you, I might not, Depends what day I film it on, but it will be included in my makes video. So I am planning on bringing you my makes video next. So keep your eye out for that, because my makes have started to sort of tot up that I've not shared with you, and there's going to be quite a few. So I think the video is going to be quite long if I'm not careful. But I actually do have a blog planned for Julia at Bobbins and Buttons, because I blog for her as well, and she has kindly sent me some fabric of my choice, and I have decided to make a jacket for myself. And I'll show you the fabric that she has sent me, which I chose, and it's an absolutely gorgeous jacquard fabric. It's coming across a little bit dull on the screen, but it's quite a vibrant blue depending on how the light catches it, with these like leaves and florals on. And it's got like a mustardy kind of colour. I don't know if that's coming true to colour on the screen. It's a jacquard fabric, and I'm going to be making an unlined jacket, and it's by So Different, and it's called the long line jacket, and I'll insert a picture here hopefully so you can see what that kind of looks like. And it's unlined, so I will be bias binding all of the seams on the inside, so it might take me a little while to do because that is quite a time consuming process, but yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous, this fabric. It's really quite soft. Now I haven't washed it as yet. I'm just going to wash it on a gentle 30-degree wash, and hopefully that will fare okay. But actually on the other side as well, it's got quite a nice print on the other side, as you can see. I don't know what that tape is, that needs to come off. Yeah, so that's quite nice on the other side as well, but I do prefer that side. So that's what I'm going to be making in the next few weeks. I'm going to start that process. I don't know whether I'll have it finished in the next few weeks, but I have said to her that, you know, I'm going to start making that. It's not something that I'm going to rush. I'll just take my time with it. So that's the new look 6446 jumpsuit then, and that long line jacket that I'm going to be doing. Also, I think I can share this with you. The lovely team at Felicity Fabrics, they have kindly provided each of the bloggers who blog for them with a metre of double gauze fabric, and we're all making something out of the metre. And we were told what colours there were available, and we kind of put our top 3 choices down, and then they sent out one of those top 3 choices to you, but we've not told each other what colour we've got, and we haven't told each other what we're making either. So the deadline to finish the make is Monday the 17th. So I've just finished mine, so that's what I've been sewing this week, so I can't share it with you as yet, but you'll be able to see the blog post that Felicity Fabrics will be putting up with all our makes next week, I believe. I think it might be next Friday. So I'm really excited to see what everybody else has been making and what colour version of the double gauze they got, and I'm really happy with how my garment has turned out as well. I've only used double gauze once in the past, and I made a Tilling the Buttons Bettine dress, and if I've got a photo of that I'll insert it here, but I don't actually have that dress anymore. I ended up giving it away because I just found that because double gauze is quite a fabric that grows as such in a way. It's not got loads of stretch to it, but it's very I can't explain it. It kind of just, it's very movementable in a way, and I just found that it wasn't really suitable for the Bettine. I just prefer a more structured sort of fabric for that dress, so I gave it away to a friend. Unfortunately it didn't fit her, so I'm assuming it's gone to charity now, but I did really like the dress, but just not in that fabric, so I would like to make another version in the same colour fabric of that dress, but maybe out of a cotton or something. Yeah, so the top that I've made anyway out of the double gauze has worked out really, really well. So I think the top that I've chosen for the fabric is quite suitable. So I'm excited to share that with you when I can. So I think that's really brought me up to date with everything that I've been getting up to over the last couple of weeks or so. I've still got my free motion machine embroidery projects to catch up on as well. This last couple of weeks it's just been really busy with a few other bits and bobs really. Yeah. And I'm not wearing a Me Made today, just in case you are wondering. I'm wearing a dress that I bought from New Look, but it is very, very similar to the Tilling the Buttons Lyra dress. So I'll just stand back so you can see. So it's got like a button placket down the front, a sort of empire line waist, and then a sort of knee, just past knee length, so midi kind of skirt with this tier on. Really, really nice and floaty. I think this is actually a polyester fabric. I've got it on with tights at the moment, but if I wear it without tights, I have a feeling it's going to stick to my legs. So the way of getting around that is where I just slather my legs in moisturiser and it stops the static. So that's a little tip for you there. But yeah, I really do like this dress, so I might even end up making the Lyra at some point, you never know. Yeah, but this is just to sort of keep me going through my sort of transition into losing a little bit of weight to get back into my other me maids anyway. So anyway, thank you very much for watching today. Please do like this video and please subscribe if you've not done so already. That would be lovely. And I shall see you again next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.